Hello everyone. I returned. Hopefully all the audio is not messed up or anything. I think it's looking good. The levels are looking good. Welcome to the stream. It's been a second. It's been a minute. But I was taking a trip, so now I'm finally home and able to animate again. Luckily on my trip I was able to work on some rough animation on my tablet, so got most of it done. Definitely all the stuff I can show on the stream without spoiling too much, so the remaining shots are ones I definitely have to like sit down and just be silent with. But we'll start on cleanup today. I gave this disclaimer when I was working on rough animation. I'll give it now even more so with cleanup, but did not get a degree in 2D animation, so some of my cleanup techniques might seem a little sacrilegious, but just bear with me. Alright, so we'll just jump right into it. It was a very long week last week, but very fun, very worth it. I don't get to travel that often, so it was very, very refreshing to kind of get out of town for a bit. Okay. So I don't think I did this shot on stream, so this should be fun. A little new, but there's a camera movement in here, so I'll kind of figure that out. But I think today's just gonna be kind of a chill stream. Nothing too crazy or anything. The place that I went to visit was like really cold, and so coming back here where it's very humid is not fun. It has definitely been an adjustment. I have not like warmed up or anything, so hey Mental, welcome to the stream. I feel like my lines are gonna be a little off, but we're gonna try our best. It's weird coming back to this tablet after a week. Oh my god. It's gonna be a lot of undoing. Perfect timing, I'm working on a map right now. Ooh. Very fun. Glad you didn't get frostbite. Oh, it was not the kind of temperature to get frostbite. I'm just a bitch when it comes to temperature, so like anything below 60 is cold to me. But I would rather it be, you know, cool or cold than the hellscape that I'm living in right now with this temperature. So just for now, I'm trying out vector layers for each frame, and we'll kind of see how it goes. I did that with Fool because it makes it a lot easier if you want to move around a part. It doesn't get like blurry or anything, but also you can't like use the fill tool on it, so we'll see. The one thing that I wanted to really try out with this music video is working on more like hand-drawn frames, I guess. I get this, yeah. I'm from like the South in the US originally, so definitely more used to the hot than cold, but I hate when it's hot outside, so I'm dealing with it. Hello chat and Kiddick, how are you guys? I'm doing good, just chilling. Finally back after a trip. Oh, I guess I should like explain what I'm working on if anyone here hasn't like seen the other streams. I'm working on my next video, which will be coming out whenever I finish it. No big timeline on it, but just doing some cleanup animation today. It's gonna be in that same series with the Jester from Fool and the artist, so really fun. I've been working on like rough animation for it for about 2 weeks now, and decided to stream some of it last week, or no, week before. Last week I was gone. Will this animation be some Joe song? If you don't want us to know too much. No, this one won't be a Joe song. It's gonna be The Handshake by MGMT. Banger song, by the way, that everyone should listen to. It's coming out whenever I finish it is so real. Yeah. I have learned the hard way that deadlines do not work well with me when it comes to like animation, like my own animation projects. So we're just taking this one at my own pace. So I can't give you guys a set deadline because I don't even know what it would be. Animation takes a long time. This one's not too bad because it's only a minute long. It's only like a minute snippet from the song. So it's not too bad. It's just half the runtime of Fool. But then again, Fool took me like a year to make, on and off. I had caffeine before the stream, so now my hand's like all shaky because I just have too much caffeine in my body. How do you get the motivation to work on something for weeks? I can't focus for more than a day. Mainly just taking things one day at a time. I think the really big thing that helped me is like learning to love the process rather than thinking too much about the result. Because I feel like every animation project I do is kind of like a learning experience for me. So if I learn to just enjoy the actual process of making it, that makes it a lot easier. But for bigger projects, I definitely have to make a bit of a schedule for myself. Just to keep on track, because otherwise it will take like months. Clipsio Paint animation, hell yeah. That's all I use. That's all I know. Yeah, I animate in Clipsio Paint, and then I compile it all in After Effects. I should probably make like a list in the description of the stream of like what programs I use. I'll do that eventually. So yeah, just cleaning up stuff today. Really chill, easy breezy stream. But my trip was really fun. I went to go visit family out in Colorado. And I actually took a train there, which was very new experience for me. And very, very fun. Had a great time though. Went on thousands of hikes. And coming home to the state I live in, it's definitely different weather. So I'm having to adjust. My allergies were like killing me when I got back here. Something about like close to fall just killed my nose. I tried to composite in DaVinci Resolve because it's free. Oh, that's, yeah. Oh, you want to buy the lifetime license. Is it just a one-time payment? Because that's really nice. I hate that, Adobe, I hate everything about Adobe, but I definitely hate that they do subscription only. Colorado is so fun. I know. Oh, God. I miss it already, mostly because the weather is so nice and there aren't bugs. There's bugs everywhere where I live because it's so humid. I literally have like a saga going on in my house about like all the bugs that live here, and it's awful in the summer. My whole bathroom's like infested. Last year was, if you guys don't like bugs, I'm so sorry because I'm about to talk about really nasty bugs, but last summer when I first moved here, it's a really old house, and I had a brown recluse invasion in my bathroom, like living in my walls. And if you know anything about like brown recluses, they are mega venomous, not mega venomous. They're bad. Like if they bite you, you're gonna have like a scar usually, unless you get taken care of like ASAP. And if they bite your pets, it is not a good thing. So awful, awful experience. Luckily my housemates got some like spider traps and everything. We're just doing that this year too, but not fun. Not the best thing I've had to go through. And just living in the walls too, which makes it worse somehow. I'm gonna lurk this time around because I'm in VC. I'm also animating, but I'll be here in the shadows. Okay, Mental, have fun. I'm just gonna be talking my heart out. Or not, I don't know. But yeah, Colorado was nice. No bugs. Also in a very humid state. I feel you with the bugs. Yeah, it is not great. Not great at all. But during the winter, it's fine. I used to live in a place where, like, whenever it was fall, we'd have wasps come in through the window because they, like, don't want to be in the cold, which, like, I get it. But we would have so many wasps, and I think those are probably my least favorite bugs in the world. I had to be very brave and kill them. Alright, this frame's gonna be a bitch to redraw 500 times. But I'm trying something different with animation, so I want to see how the process goes. So when you animate, how often do you stay on model? Not often. That's like my biggest like flaw right now is staying on model. So it's pretty detrimental out here. That's why with the rough animation I'm usually just like selecting and moving different parts of their bodies like every other frame and whatnot, because I'm really bad at staying on model, so I'm always scared my dog is gonna eat a wasp. Yeah, I know. That's my biggest fear. My my two cats found a bee on my window like 2 months ago or something. Somehow a bee got into my room and they were like swatting at it, and I was like, please don't, I cannot afford another vet bill for you guys. Like, it was awful, but luckily I was able to trap that one in a cup and get it outside. But yeah, it was a little scary. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of trust how I drew these rough frames to keep them on model, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Alright, it's always scary like starting a new frame. I'm gonna have to really like flip back and forth. Yeah, I feel like this cheek here like kind of comes out a little bit, so I'm just gonna do this and see how it looks. I guess also checking without this is a good idea, without the sketch. Hi everyone who's coming in, welcome to the stream. I'm back after a bit of a break. I was on vacation. But yeah, I took the train over, and it was like a 28-hour trip, but it was extremely fun. I saved up like a ton of money last month because I knew I was gonna have a couple weeks off and I wanted to do something fun. I don't know, is it Cyrillic? That's the word for it? Hold on, can I translate this? Man, why doesn't YouTube make it easier to translate stuff? I wish I could translate this, but YouTube won't let me, so I don't know what you're saying. Which is either a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know, but okay, I think their chin, yeah, the chin gets a little flat here. Just gonna round that out a bit. But yeah, it was a 28-hour train trip overnight. I took one train over all the way to Chicago, and then took the train from Chicago to Denver in that fancy California Zephyr, and actually made a lot of train buddies, which was very fun. They have a little observation car or whatever, so I spent a lot of my time in there just kind of like trying to draw, because I'm still pretty shaky with like landscapes and buildings and whatnot, so really fun, really cool. But it was definitely my first time like splurging on a trip, so I was not prepared for how nicely they treat you. I'm used to doing like bare minimum for trips, like just get to the destination and that's when most of the stuff happens. But with the train, it's like, well, I'm gonna be on here for 28 hours, so just have fun with it. Um, Surprisingly, very beautiful landscapes. I was not expecting much out of the states that I went through because they're very flat, but they surprised me. They're very pretty. And then obviously you get to Colorado, it's just like mountains. It's like, what the hell? People just live with these outside their houses. Yeah, we went on a ton of hikes, went to some national parks and everything, drove around a ton, and it was very, very fun. Highly recommend going to Colorado. I don't think anyone, like, doesn't recommend going to Colorado, you know? One time my teacher took my book to see my activities. She was shocked. It was full of drawings, like a lot of drawings, and she actually liked it. Oh, that's really cool! Yeah, I always love teachers who, like, support your art, you know? And are just like, don't draw in class, you know? Definitely had a couple teachers like that. I went to wash the dishes. I hope the stream will still be on when I get back. It probably will. I'll be streaming for a few hours today. I feel like their chin just, like, changes shape entirely. I know that, like, you're seeing more of their chin here, so maybe it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. This is, like, the only stage where I need to worry about it is, like, clean up. But I'm like, we don't worry about it. Fix it in post. Yeah, the shot was really fun to animate. This was the first one where I was trying to get, like, a feel of how long rough animation would take, which it actually takes a lot less time when I'm not streaming, because I'm not just talking my head off the whole time. Okay. Don't like that. Okay, that's a bit better. Oh, my cat's here to say hi. I had a teacher who would check your notebook for drawings and take points off. That's insane! That sucks, dude. Just killing creativity. Yeah, some teachers' reactions to, like, anyone, like, doing drawings, they just think it's like, oh, you're distracted and you're not learning from the lesson. Definitely when I was in school, I learned a lot better if I was, like, doodling alongside the lecture. But a lot of teachers don't really, like, understand that. Because crazy that people have different learning styles. My cat is really trying to get up on the desk. So you might hear her collar when she jumps up because she's bound to in a minute. I still drawing it. I just tore it out after. Yeah. Can't stop creative people from being creative. Okay, I'm not hating this. Oh, cat's screaming at me. Hi, Rue. Rue, say hello to the stream by sniffing the mic, I guess. She really likes sitting on my desk whenever I'm drawing, so y'all might hear her collar scraping on the wood. But she is right next to the microphone. Hi, Rue. Rue is one of two cats that I have. She's 4 now, which is crazy to think about. Like, stop aging. Stop getting old. But she's a sweetheart. She hates being picked up, but anything else she's, like, chill with. She also hates people. Except for me. She was definitely a COVID cat, so, you know, even though I had roommates at the time, and she was like socialized, she doesn't act like it. So she's trying her best, and I'll give that to her. Alright, I think I'm gonna draw over these and then move them, because their hair is so hard to draw. I wish I had made a like cohesive guide on how to draw their hair for my future self, because my past self definitely messed it up with that one. Okay, I think that's good. Cat reveal when. Whenever I used to do streaming on Twitch, I actually had a picture of Rue that I would bring up anytime she got on the desk, but it is not on my OBS anymore. I think there's probably some pictures of her on my Twitter or something. I post her and my other cat on there a lot. Maybe next time I'll have a Rue picture that I can put up. It's gonna be a really stupid one of her though. One of my housemates really likes taking pictures of my cats when I'm out at work and sending them to me. And she takes like gorgeous pictures, like beauty pageant worthy, of my cat Winnie, the younger one that I have, and then she takes the most disgusting, ugly pictures of Rue. Like always mid-meow or something, so she looks really silly. And you know, if that's not how it is being a cat owner, I don't know what is. Alright. I feel like their hair comes like in just a little too much here, but I'm gonna see how it looks overall in a second. Okay, also their sideburns just go like whack. Okay, we're gonna fix that. They kind of shrink, but we'll see. Silly cats are awesome. Yeah. She's definitely mellowed out now that she's 4. When I first got her, she was like 6 months old, and she was absolutely insane. Then I kind of forgot how it was to have an insane cat until I got Winnie, my other cat, and she was even younger. She was like, I think 2 months old when I got her. Like she'd just gotten her space surgery and everything. But she has like the added bonus of also being a street cat, so definitely a lot crazier than Rue was when I first got her. Okay, so I'm liking this. I think they stay pretty much on model. I think this needs to come out just a bit more though. The hard thing about vector layers is it's really hard to erase. Like, you get the upside of being able to like rotate them, you know, like this, and then they don't really like lose any quality, like they're not blurry, but that's like the only upside. I think there's a lot of downsides to having vector layers. I had a cat that barked. His name was Spot. That's adorable. I feel like every cat has like its own kind of quirk, which is really cute. My cats can definitely get on my nerves, but it doesn't happen that often. They wake me up at like 6 in the morning every morning, because I think they associate me waking up with me also feeding them. But that's not gonna happen if it's 5 in the morning. So when I was a child, I brought a kitten home. My father was very angry. Oh, I took him out of the house. Oh, his name was Cookie. Oh my god, that's so disappointing. Yeah, we had a few pets when I was growing up. One of them is still trucking somehow. She's a little Shih Tzu, and she's like 15 or 16. She's like one of those dogs that like is never gonna die. Like, I'm gonna come home like 5 years from now, and she's still gonna be trucking. Like, she's blind and deaf, but she is, you know, she's still doing everything. I don't know how. She outlived like both of our cats, one of which was like younger than her, so I don't know, she's crazy. Again, just those kind of dogs that are gonna like live forever, like outlive the apocalypse probably. But she's crusty as hell, like. Okay. I think this collar's kind of bugging me. What's this animation for? So it's for my next music video in the I don't know what to call it, like Fool series, I guess, like kind of a adding on to that story. Yeah, just it's gonna be to the song "The Handshake" by MGMT, which is a kick-ass song, and it's gonna be about a minute long. So just gonna be a bit of a snippet from that song, but very excited. Really happy to be working on it. I don't know when it's gonna come out, just whenever I'm done with it. But we'll see. We'll see how long it takes. I'd say I'm about over halfway done with it. Just in terms of like, if you had a progress meter from storyboarding it to finishing it and uploading it, I'm probably like 60% of the way done, or more. So it's going well. I just know cleanup's gonna take a while because I'm trying out a new thing, a new technique for animation. So learning some things on the way, but very fun. But yeah, I wanted to get this one like kind of squared away soon, but there's definitely going to be like a really big pause between this video and the next one, because the next one's a bit longer, and it's like the only one I haven't like fully thought of what to do with yet. Still kind of like brainstorming some things, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. You should call this little animation series 8-balled. Yeah, get 8-balled, idiot. Yeah, it always feels weird calling it like the Kiddick series. I'm like, that's my username. It's like just Jester series could work, I don't know. Or just whatever animations I decide to upload series. Okay, this shot's a little weird because it has like the camera's kind of moving up with their face, so their torso's gonna look like it's moving a lot. But if you just like kept the camera in one place, their torso wouldn't be moving like too much. But for now, it's gonna look a little weird, just because it's following their head. But it's fine. It's fine, right? Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay. Alright, this is where it gets fun. Another frame. I'm always like surprised when people like stay for the full stream. My ADHD brain could not. I know I'm also staying for the whole stream technically, but I'm also like drawing. Maybe that's how people do it. They like draw alongside. But it is very fun, like having people in chat while working. I just usually like talk my ass off the whole time though. I gotta go. Good luck on the animation. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and chilling and talking in chat. Yeah, these characters are very fun to work with. Definitely not as simple designs as the Gloom boys, but it's okay. I forgive them. At least their designs are like close to each other, you know? Kind of feels like you're drawing the same character over and over. That's animation. But yeah, kind of the stream plan, I guess, is mostly just doing these live streams until I can't, because I got some life changes coming up that will get in the way of my free time. So, don't know like how viable streaming's gonna be. Also, like once I start getting into the more I guess like parts of the music video that I can't show because I want to like keep some stuff a secret before it comes out. Like I can't really stream that stuff, so we'll just kind of see how it goes. Nope, the cat meowed. So I'm pretty sure the mic is definitely picking up my fan in the background. I have like 5 fans going on right now because it is warm for sure, which is really annoying. Oh, a cat's making noise. Hi, Rue. Alright, I picked her up, got her off the desk. I feel so bad every time I pick her up. She meows at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry for disturbing you. She's definitely a drama queen, but I love her. Alright, let's see how this looks. I feel like their hair kind of needs to come over to the right a little bit. Just here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit nicer. This part's a little weird. What does it look like in the next frame? Okay. I feel like I need to make this an in-between, but for now it's gonna stay like that until I draw the next frame. I'll worry about it then. But yeah, a lot of this is trusting my rough animation. Which when I was doing Fool, like my rough animation was like really rough. It was probably like 2 keyframes. But then by the end of it, I was doing like, you know, full-blown in-betweens. It was just like, it just looked sketchy. And I feel like that kind of carried over into this project, which makes rough animation go a lot longer, but it makes the cleanup a lot easier for me. So I feel like I like that process a bit more than just kind of like making a few keyframes and hoping for the best. Saves me a lot of agony later in the process. But there's still a few shots in here that I have to do the rough animation for, but they are definitely difficult shots, so we're not worrying about it on stream. That's something I have to like sit down and just really like dig into on my own time. Okay, I feel like their collar moves a little too much. Something about their collars giving me the ick. I think maybe if I move it a bit less. Yeah, it's not as bad. Maybe the shape up top changes a bit too much. Oh, one thing that wasn't really fun about my trip was I almost missed a flight for like the first time in my life. I was legitimately that person running through the airport. I don't think I've run in like years, so that was awful. Hey, welcome back, 8-bit axolotl. Welcome to the stream. We're doing cleanup today, so no more rough animation. But yeah, it was a terrible experience. I got to the gate, to my gate, literally, like, within the same minute that they were closing the doors. Like, they said they were closing the doors, what time was it? They were closing at like 9:25, and I got there at 9:25. And luckily there was like one person in front of me who was also getting checked in, so I got to kind of like, be like, yeah, I'm also here. I'm also in line. And then these two girls were behind me as well, and they had also run because they were just like dying like I was. It was crazy. They actually ended up sitting next to me on the plane. We had like all seats together. Crazy how that works out. But would not recommend that. It wasn't even like, you know, bad planning on my part. I was driving to the airport, well, my brother was driving me to the airport, and we got stuck behind a train, and I shit you guys not, this train was like trolling us. It was the worst experience I've had. It stopped with like 3 cars left in front of the train crossing, like just came to a complete stop, and waited like 5 minutes. And we're like, okay, if it doesn't start moving in like 5 more minutes, we're getting back on the highway. And like 2 minutes go by, and it starts reversing. Just going backwards, back the way it came. And then it stopped again, still blocking the cross, you know, for a few more minutes. And then we hear the brakes unlock again, and it starts moving forward again. Literally just going back and forth at this crossing. And so at this point we'd spent like 15 minutes waiting on this train, and so we were like, okay, we're just getting back on the highway. And then we hit the lovely traffic of the city, and yeah, that's why I was late. Wasn't even some kind of planning thing. Like, I left so early before my flight, and I like got there, and like the airport I went to has like several different like checks or whatever, like TSA checks, and the one that I had to go to for my gate only had 2 people, like 2 TSA agents, and so one of them said like, hey, you should go to the other one because it's gonna be a lot less crowded. And I go, and like, you have to go downstairs to get to this one, and I get to the escalator, and I just see like a sea of people, like probably 300 people in this line. And like, luckily I got through the line within like, I want to say 30 minutes, but I just kept looking at my boarding pass, being like, boarding in 5 minutes, boarding in 2 minutes, and then they like started boarding as I was still in line, and I was like almost just freaking out. And luckily, like, the 2 people in front and behind me were so sweet to me, because I was like visibly freaking out, and they were trying to like tell me like, it'll be okay, like it'll be fine. And yeah, I got through TSA with like 7 minutes left before boarding, and like looking on the map, it like the plane train, like the concourse, it took 7 minutes to get to my like, I don't know, hall of gates, I don't know what you'd call it. But so I got on the train, and then I got out, and I just started running. And it was probably the most like humiliating experience I've ever had. Just running full speed through the airport, almost having a panic attack, not panic, asthma attack, and because I hadn't like eaten anything, I hadn't drank any water, but hey, I got to my gate with like 30 seconds left to spare, so it was fine. And then yeah, I got on the flight, and as soon as they brought around like drinks, I was like, water please, please, I'm dying. So, would not recommend to anyone. My word of advice is don't get stuck behind a train. If a train starts going and it stops, just turn around and go right to the highway. Don't wait any longer. Because it might just go forward and backwards like mine did. I bet the train conductor was like, you should take the train back home. I'll show you how shitty that airplanes can be. So yeah, definitely most stressful time in an airport, I think. I have like missed a flight before, but that wasn't really like a case where I was late to the gate. It was a few years ago, and like from where I'm from, we always have like a random winter tornado. Just craziest concept, but it happens like every year around December. And I had taken an Uber to the airport, which is like usually 30 minutes away, and there was like a crash on the road, so we were stuck in traffic, and then to make things worse, we hear like the tornado sirens going off as we're on the highway, and I'm looking behind us, and there's just a tornado on the highway, and like luckily that was when we kind of got out of traffic. But I was panicking, my poor driver was panicking, and then I got to the airport and they were like in like shelter in place because literal tornado. So I got inside, and then like by that point I had already missed my flight by like 30 minutes because the traffic was so bad and everything. So I just kind of chilled in the airport for like 6 hours. I got another plane, and luckily, and then I just chilled. Ooh, their ear moves so much. What the hell? That just changes shape entirely. Okay, we're gonna fix that. So yeah, not my first time missing a flight this past weekend, but definitely the most stressful. Like the stress of missing that flight a few years ago was just the fact that there was a tornado behind the car on the highway, but stress of this was like, I know I can make this flight, but I have to sprint and look like a fucking idiot in this airport. Not a great experience. But I made it. And the flight was really easy. Once I'm on the plane, I just conk out. I'm dead. Like, I'm dead to the world. But yeah, I fall asleep, but I feel like my body is asleep, but then my mind is still like, you're on a plane, you should be anxious. So I kind of like jolt awake a few times. Every time I feel so bad when I'm sitting next to a stranger and I just like jolt awake. And I don't like plane travel. Just for that reason. I don't know why planes immediately put me to sleep, but they do, but my mind's not asleep. My mind's anxious. Because it's like, we're gonna crash. We're gonna die. Alright, we're just gonna move this. I feel like their bangs are really off model on the rough sketch. So, we're just doing a bit of a cheatsy way. Again, you guys have been warned, my way of like cleanup animation might be a little sacrilegious to people who've like been animating for years. Just because I know I've got some weakness in the keeping it on model department. What's up, Egg? Welcome back to the stream. I saw a bus parked next to a liquor store this morning. Oh man, those bus drivers, they got it hard. It If I had to deal with a bus full of kids, I would be at the liquor store too. That sounds like a personal hell. I feel like I didn't never give my bus drivers any grief when I was in school. I did take the bus back in like middle school, but throughout high school I had my brother to drive me, so it was fine. I just had to deal with his really loud music, and I'm like half deaf because of it. But I'd say I was nice to my bus drivers in middle school. I was a band kid, unfortunately. I know it's red flag central, but we'd have to take the band to like the bus to football games and whatnot. And I feel like our whole bus was not the greatest. But I can't really tell if I was included in that not great. I feel like their hair here has to come out just a little bit. We'll see if that looks okay. Looks like it's morphing a bit, but it's not like the worst in the world, you know? I forgot I still have to draw their torso. Man. Drawing every frame individually is so tough. Like, I know it's gonna make it look, like, better, I guess. But it's a pain. I feel like they're, like, little, I don't know what you call these, bangs, I guess, don't really come up as much here. And they should. Ooh, looks a little awkward. Alright, you know, it works. Now I can like finally bring this little part down a bit more, just to kind of ease that transition there. So it looks a little weird. We'll see if that looks okay. I think it might need to come out a bit more, just to kind of keep that shape. I don't know. Let's see. Let's try and bring it out just a bit. This is where vector layers are nice. It doesn't lose the quality. Yeah, okay. That's cute. Their eyes look really scary right now because they're not filled in. I don't like that. Put in some context. Working on cleanup animation without warming up first is crazy. Not my best decision. I feel like that comes down. It's actually not awful. I don't hate it. It's quote of the year. I don't hate it. I feel like I say that every stream. Yeah, it's not too bad. I can live with it. I don't hate it. Need to start getting a counter out here. How many times I say that stuff. Alright, see, I don't think their shoulder's gonna come down like as much as I did in the rough animation. I just feel like it will look a bit nicer if there's a smoother transition between the two. Yeah, kind of pseudo schedule for this week. Probably streaming tomorrow. We'll kind of see how it goes. Definitely streaming Wednesday, maybe streaming Thursday. Definitely streaming Friday. Which Friday will probably be like later in the evening. I don't really know what is a good time to stream, you know? I got a lot of people being like, you streamed at the worst time. Like, I always miss your streams. I feel bad. But it's okay. There's the VODs, I guess, on the channel. I cannot stress enough how much it sucks going from like 60-degree Fahrenheit weather, no humidity, and now that I'm home, it is 97 out and humid, so it feels more like 102. And I'm in the pits right now. It's rough out here. Okay, so this just needs to come down a little bit. I have 3 fans and an AC unit. And it is boiling hot where I am. So, we're thriving. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that looks weird. Let's see. Okay, that looks a bit better. Yeah, I'm really excited for this video to come out. It's pretty short, but definitely not as short as Mary was. That was more so just like a test animation, you know? Getting a feel for the characters and like how they move. Still like, you know, part of the story and everything, but you know, more so just an animation test. But that one took me a long time because I took like a massive break like halfway through working on it because I had moved, and that's like a big life change. So I was like, I'm not gonna touch this for a few months. I feel like their little thing here kind of shrinks. So it just needs to come down. Okay. Yeah, it's been nicer. Yeah, and I animated a lot of the shots actually on the train last week, and that was difficult because the train moves a lot, but I feel like a lot of the shots that I worked on turned out really good. Like, had a really fun time working on them. I shared a bit too much of them to my Twitter for sure. I need to sign like an NDA for myself. Like, stop sharing every shot you finish on Twitter. Holy shit. It gets so bad. Like, with this video I don't really mind as much, but with like future things, I don't want to give anything away, so it just gets tough. Okay, I think I'm gonna have another ease, like an ease in frame here. We're just gonna do something a little silly. We're just gonna copy and paste it. Because it is a... Well, okay. Will it look better? if I'm trying to think if it'll look better if I redraw it, or if it'll look better if I just move it. We're gonna try just moving it for now to save myself some grief. I mean, this is why I'm using what is it? Vector layers. Just uninstall Twitter. Man, I wish I could. I did for a while. I didn't have it like on my phone or anything for a few months, because I was like, I'm just stressed looking at everything. I might do that again at some point, but I don't know. I'd like to get off social media as much as possible. But Twitter's just so easy because I don't have like as many people on there as following me, so. It's not like it's good for you, that's true. I do also like looking at my mutuals art on Twitter though. Like, I don't like, I feel like Instagram never shows like new work from people that like I follow. And Twitter's not that great either with that, but I feel like it gets it a bit better. Get a blocker or something. Yeah. I have like a, time limit thing on my phone for like all social media, which has definitely like helped, but social media, it be addicting. Someday I'll delete Twitter. One of these days. Pretty sure the delay is like half a minute. That's not too bad actually. I'm very surprised. It's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Is this guy again? It is, in a good way. I'm glad. Yeah, we're just can't get away from animating this character. I feel like Kiddick's only in like 5 shots of this video. I know it's extremely sad to hear, but whatever. Alright, let's see how this looks. God, just their eyes. Put in some context. Alright, I'm just gonna fill these in real quick. Can't stand this character, you guys. I'm kidding. It's more like a whole minute now that I think about it. Well, still not that bad actually. I was expecting like 2-minute delay, you know. Ooh, I do need to add their like little eye shimmer or whatever. But I think I'll add that with like details later on. For now, we're just doing the very, very relaxing thing of redrawing the character 50 times. This is what animation's all about. I should probably animate when you do it, just for motivation. You totally can. Highly recommend animating. I usually am just like blasting music when I animate. But if I do dialogue, those are like my least favorite shots to do because I can't listen to music because I have to keep pausing it. So I just get like irritated and I'm like, I'll just listen to the audio of this shot, I guess, 50 times over. But that's how it goes. Okay, I think I need another, like, ease in shot here, or frame. I also kind of want to do an eye dart, because for this one they're reading this welcome mat. Like, this is a shot that comes before this. So, just to kind of like convey that they're inspecting it, I guess, they'll just have a little eye dart in there, which is just moving the pupils like a single pixel. Maybe two. Let's see. Is that too much? No, it's actually not too bad. I don't hate that. Their eyes do look a little weird right now. Maybe if I like start them off looking like this. Might also be too fast to have like an eye dart in there. They don't like pause long enough, you know? And that's one of the sad things about like the restrictions that animating to music gives you, is if I want to keep it like in the time signature and everything, in the measure, shots can only be like so long, so I can only take so long with different poses and everything, which makes it a little difficult. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to do an in-between here. I don't know how good it's gonna look. I think right now what I'm gonna do... Oh, I should write my pen size. There we go. So just for later, if I ever like change the size of my brush. So yeah, right now, just to kind of stay on model, like with the face shape, I'm gonna draw over this and then move it, and then just kind of move everything else with it. So I might just go ahead and draw the rest. Alright, I think I want their head to like drag a little bit. I'm just gonna put these two like right next to each other, just so I can scrub through a bit nice. Ew, that looks weird. That looks really weird. Hold on. We're trying this again. This is where in-betweens come to kick me in the ass. So what if we draw over this one? If I can draw a line that I'm satisfied with. Oh my god. Come on. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm back. Welcome back. Still streaming. Still doing this shot. Okay, see, I think I want their head to kind of like drag a little bit here. So we're gonna still be looking downwards. Okay, maybe once I add the eyes, it's gonna look a little bit nicer. We're just gonna draw them like kind of going into the blink here. Okay. Trying to think of how like their eyes should be oriented here. So yeah, just kind of drawing over what I had going on here to keep myself on model. Because the other solution is like, you know, not redrawing the whole frame and just like copy pasting, moving. but I want to try and avoid that where I can. With very like subtle movements it's a lot harder, but I'm trying my best. Just trying to try new things on this video, because I feel like that definitely motivates me. Okay, and then I'm just gonna mark where the part is for now, but we're not gonna worry about how that hair is like oriented. And then I'm also gonna mark the ear. Keep that on model as best I can. And the sideburns. And I feel like right now it's kind of okay to keep it that way. Maybe like also move or copy like the hair, like the back of the hair. Oh, I don't have like any stabilization. I was like, why are my lines so shaky? We're just gonna mark that corner here. Man, my poor fan sounds like it is on its last leg right now. I don't know if it picks up on the microphone, but it is absolutely going through it. Okay. So I think because the head is dragging a little bit, it's going to be closer to this frame here rather than this frame. But then the body's going to be just like a straight in between. Ooh, okay. I don't mind that. Okay. I think I'm liking that. Let's see how it looks together after I erase their eyebrows. No more brows. Yeah, okay. I feel like their eyelashes, or well, like their top lids kind of shrink in like the line weight. So we're just no more eyelashes. Yeah. Okay. I like how that turned out. Now we're just doing in between for the body, which is just gonna be like straight in between because they're gonna be moving it kind of like their head and their torso is gonna be moving at different speeds. Oh, there's a motorcycle outside. I'm drawing between the wrong ones. There we go. Like, this looks really weird. I wasn't drawing the lines in the right place, that's why. Yup. Looks good. Okay, do they kind of like... This looks really off, actually. That line. Oh, I think I was drawing it in between. Wrong lines again. Don't worry about it. Alright, looks a little weird, but it's fine. It's gonna be like, it's just an in-between. It's not meant to be pretty or anything. Just to get them where they need to go. I think their collar is gonna kind of stay towards frame 1, like the blue. Just because it kind of moves a bit with their head, so... Everything else, though, straight in between. Pretty much. I'm gonna be so tired of animating this character by the end of all this. There's gonna be a big pause in between like this music video being released versus the next one in the lineup. Ooh, I forgot, like I messed with their eyelashes, but I only did it on one hold on, okay, let's let's fix that, 1 second. Ooh. Okay, hold on. This is gonna take some work. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a bit of a break between once this uploads and the next one, because the next one's gonna take me a bit, because it's a bit longer. I actually think it's longer than Fool, which, like, in my head, you know, not as much happens in the next video compared to everything that happens in Fool. But it's still a work in progress. I'm still trying to, like, see if it's, like, really necessary to have the next video, like, exist. But I don't know if that's just me being, like, lazy and being like, I don't want to animate this. Because it's definitely a possibility. Why is this not moving? Okay. Now it's moving too much. Maybe my computer's just lagging? I got a new keyboard recently, which I've had my old keyboard for probably like 7 years now, so it was definitely on the end of its life at this point, and I love it. It's adorable. It's one of those like really cute keyboards. Makes a nice clack sound, you know, when you type on it, which I'm still getting used to, because my old keyboard was like so silent. Alright, I think their cheek here is just like a little too rounded, or like it comes out too much, so I'm just gonna do that. See if that's a bit better. Yep. Then fix this little thing up here. Easy peasy. I think I'm gonna have them like ease into that motion a bit more. Slow it down. Yep. That's good. Alright. Now the hard part is doing the camera move. Deciding if I want to do like Clip Studio Paint has like a keyframe feature where you can move the frames like this. And I think that might end up being what happens. But also like I don't know. I think for now I'm gonna take the keyframe animation off of this one. And then lower that opacity. And then we're just gonna draw over the frames. And then later I'll kind of fix it. Okay. Here we go. That's not the right frame. Alright, this one's gonna be a little awkward. It's another like in between, so I'm not like too concerned about keeping it like 100% on model, because it's only there for a second, but I still want it to look nice, you know. Head turns are always awkward. You have to draw like the front facing, just terrifying pose in general. Ear looks a little strange. It's fine, it's fine. Just straight eyebrows. There's no thoughts behind these eyes. Well, they're closed right now, but once they're open again, there's gonna be no thoughts behind them. Yeah, so it looks a little awkward, but I'm not too concerned about it. By the way, I don't know English well. Now I'm using translator, write something here. I can try without translator. Oh, you're totally fine. That was written beautifully, so don't worry about it. Yeah, I wish that, like, YouTube had a feature, to let me, like, translate messages. But, like, I tried earlier and there's just no option. And I think that's stupid. I don't know why YouTube would do that. I guess it's just not on, like, their list of priorities or whatever. Okay. I feel like their little hair tufts up here look a bit long. Let me fix that. Okay, a bit better. I think their torso is actually like the weirdest part about this frame. Let me see. I think I had like a really terrible time trying to animate it. Yeah. I have to like reverse how they're orienting their shoulders while also turning their head, and that's just like a nightmare. So we're trying our best here. I wish I hadn't made like their like jacket collar come up so high, because it gets like really annoying to draw. Like I kind of like their neck just being a shadow. I enjoy that, but the collar is kind of a bitch to draw. But it's fine because we have my rough animation to save the day, make it easier on myself. Wait. Oh. I confused myself for a second. Oh right, I should probably like draw their entire shoulder because this whole frame is going to be moving off to the side, so I think like all of their torso is visible here. So I can't be like, oh well it's out of the frame, so don't need to draw it. Eventually it's going to be in the frame. Okay, right, their collar. Okay, it doesn't look too awkward. I also forgot that they have an entire other shoulder to animate, but don't worry about it. Alright, here we go. Damn, it's just Lemon Demon Hour over here. Keep playing more of his songs. I think Spotify's on that kick again where it just plays the same artist in a playlist of like several different artists, and it's like, oh, you haven't listened to Lemon Demon in a while, let's just play 5 of his songs in a row. Which is like, you know, don't hate it, love his music, but let's like switch it up a little bit, you know? Alright, I think their ear's gonna change shape a lot here. I can already see it happening. I think that looks okay though. Alright, so their eyes are in like the process of opening here. So they're gonna look like a little lidded, I guess. Okay, I also think their bangs like change shape here so bad. Again, keeping them on model is impossible. I like screwed myself over just not making a cohesive model sheet. This is literally all I've got, and it's a sketch. And they don't even look like that anymore in my style. It's fine. They don't make an appearance in the next video, so I don't have to worry about drawing them. I need to bring their shoulder out. Let's see. I got really focused there for a bit. I think it was like 3 minutes without talking. I'm back to the land of the living, guys. Don't worry. I just got in the zone for a second. Alright. Let's see how this looks. Oh man, their eyes are so scary. I'm gonna fill these in real quick. Because I don't know if I like the shape of them. But it'll be easier to see if they're like filled in. Yeah, I feel like this one is like more of an oval than the other one. Let's do skew. And then bring up the size just a little bit. Okay, I think it looks better. I think I'm missing an eyebrow here. Am I missing an eyebrow? I'm totally missing an eyebrow. It's just not... Okay, there we go. How do you find music for animations? I don't know where to get the right music to create my own animation. It's usually... It's always gonna be like a song that I like listening to. Usually, if it's from like an artist I like, and like I can kind of envision something in my head as I'm listening to it, that's usually where it kind of starts, like, oh, I can make an animation from this. It's never like, I guess I don't really start with a story. It mostly starts with a song. And so, like, you know, with Fool, it was just like Joe's album had just come out, and I was listening to it like a ton. And, Fool really stuck out to me because I could really like picture it in my head, like what it would look like as an actual video. So that's how I kind of find it. It's just songs that I listen to in my day-to-day. I don't think I'd animate to a song that like I don't listen to on the regular. Alright, yeah, so we're just gonna draw over these and then move them, because I feel like the hair is really tough to get right. Yeah, a lot of, like, whenever I find an artist that I really like, I'll usually, like, I'll try my best to go through their discography. Like, I have a whole playlist for certain characters, like with, Kit and Kiddick. I have a playlist for their whole story, and if I find a song and I'm like, oh, this kind of, like, fits, I'll add it to the playlist, and then, I mean, you know, 90% of them will never turn into a music video. They're just kind of there, because it's like, this feels like their vibe. But, you know, some of them, when I listen to them enough, I'm like, ooh, I could, like, really imagine something cool with this one. And that's usually how it goes. I got that brand of ADHD where I see music videos in my head when I listen to music, so that's where all this stuff comes from. It's just my imagination leaves the drafts and becomes a music video. Yeah, I'd say music is like my biggest inspiration for animation. Definitely shows that, you know, almost all of my videos are based on like songs and everything. But yeah, I gotta love music. by the way, I live in Russia. This next video might be blocked for you. Oh man, yeah, so the song that I'm using for this is like blocked in like Russia and then some other countries. So I'm like trying to figure a way around it so that people can like watch it. We'll see how it goes. Hi Snowy Space, welcome to the stream. We are just chilling and doing some rough animation. Not rough. I'm so used to saying that with like every stream before this. We're doing cleanup today. So very, very chill, slow process. Trying something new with my like cleaned animation. Where like with Fool I would you know, like copy and paste a frame and then kind of move it around like a puppet. And this one I'm trying to do redrawing every frame, except when it's like, I don't want to. So trying something new with it, new process, a little scary, but definitely fun. Takes a lot of time. Alright, we're just gonna draw over this and then move it up a little bit. Maybe rotate it just a bit. But yeah, this music video is definitely like running into some copyright issues. Lovely thing to go through, because MGMT, like this album, is owned by Columbia Records, and they're like, screw you guys. Do not post any of this music online, like at all, or we will come to your house and break your kneecaps. So kind of fighting with that. I'm gonna work while watching the live. Awesome. I feel like that that's usually what ends up happening. People are just kind of putting it on in the background, which is really cool. I feel like it's like, what is it, parallel play? Is that the right term for it? It's like when I'm in Discord calls with friends and we're all just like working on different things, barely talking, but it's a great time. But yeah, Columbia Records does not mess around. Like the Orchid Group, I think that's what it's called, or the Orchard Group. Whoever owns like Joe's music, they didn't give a shit about copyright claiming Gloom like at all. Because I guess it didn't really get on their radar, which is, like, okay, cool. But Fool, like, as soon as it hit a certain amount of views, they were like, oh shit! We gotta claim this! Which, great. Now people get ads in front of a 2-minute video, which I think is ridiculous. And I don't like that YouTube allows that to happen. But I've already ranted about that in the past multiple times to anyone who will listen. Alright, so this color moves down a little bit. Yeah, I got a pretty chill week ahead of me. I have to do some stuff on my car at some point, which really sucks. But it's fine, it's fine. I love my car, but I hate my car sometimes. Don't worry, I use VPN. Oh, perfect, okay. Lately in Russia, YouTube is being slowed down, but it's getting in the way. Ooh, that's really annoying. Damn. Yeah, I guess VPNs can kind of bypass that, which is very nice. So, hopefully whatever countries the music video gets blocked in, VPN time. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be like actually blocked in certain countries, but I did an unlisted video of just like the rough storyboard to show to some of my friends to kind of get like opinions on it, and it came up with a notification that was like blocked in certain countries. I was like, oh, that's lovely. Love that that's happening. So just another amazing thing from YouTube's end and Columbia Records. But I'm pretty sure like it's only blocked in Russia. Specifically. So like the states and stuff are fine. But yeah, worst comes to worst, I'll post like a different version of it on fucking, I don't know, Vimeo. Oh, I need to save my file. Alright. Oh shit, we got Joe. I say this every time this song comes on. Like, I didn't realize I put this song in here. It's bound to happen again. The problem with this song coming on is I just want to play Joe's music from this point on. But I can't. Just great songs. I hope it's not blocked in Poland. Poland should be fine. I didn't get a flag for like it being blocked in Poland. So y'all should be good. All my Polish people. And if not, I will put a different version of it that is hopefully not blocked somewhere else for people to like watch it. If like you're still able to look at the description of the video when it comes out, I might post it there, but if YouTube just doesn't let people even like click on it in the first place, I'll put it out on my Twitter or something like that. Some kind of announcement or something. Okay, I don't think their collar comes down that much. We're actually gonna get a kit arm reveal at one point in this video. Crazy, I know. Very taboo. Alright, let's see how that looks. Okay. It's 11:32 p.m. now. Oh my god. That's late. Oh my god. 2 Joe songs in a row. Oh, this one's cool. I'll turn this one up a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud compared to my voice, because I know my mic's pretty quiet. My computer is like really lagging, and I don't know why. Alright. I think it's good now. I think maybe my computer's overheating, like actively, because it is so absurdly hot in my office right now, like just laughably warm, but also heat stroke warm. I feel like the fans in here are just kind of like pushing around the hot air in a circle. Okay. This is a little weird. How do you remember on your last stream I asked, do you remember how on, I mean, I'm like having a stroke because it's so hot in here. Do you remember how on your last stream I asked you if you ever listened to I Don't Know How? I do. I don't think I had time to listen to any of the music suggestions, unfortunately. But they're in my playlist, because I went out of town. Usually when I'm on a trip, I like listen to the same 5 songs, or like whoever I'm visiting, like I'll just listen to their music. Which, I was visiting my brother, and he is, like, if you can believe it, he is more into music than I am, which is insane. But he's also like, he collects records, so he has like an entire bookshelf of them. I think like his total is probably like, I want to say it's in the 700s now. Like he's been collecting for like 7 years or something insane like that. Actually probably more at this point, probably 8. So he definitely, like, whenever he was driving me around the entire time, he was like, oh, I'm gonna play my music. I was like, okay. Which, you know, my brother's music taste isn't that bad, so I didn't mind that much. I wasn't like, this is shit, actually, turn it off and put on my music, thank you. Nice thing about being siblings is that you usually have the same taste in music. Alright, so this... Okay. Yeah, this next frame is just them, like, moving their head back a little bit more. I think honestly, I'm just gonna see how it looks if I redraw it. And just see. I'm just testing it, okay? I want to see if this is really like a viable option. Because once again, this, like every animation I do is like a learning experience for me. Because I always want to try something new. Because I'm still like pretty new to this whole process. So I'm just testing out how this looks. If it's a waste of time, or if it's something I could do in the future. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at my other monitor. Ooh, why is my line so shaky? I think my computer is also having a heat stroke. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw the torso first and just worry about that for now. And then I'll get to their head in a second, because that's what's actually like moving in the shot. Which I know I don't necessarily have to move their torso, but I think it will move, it'll add like a bit more motion. Wow, that was so eloquently said. More momentum, that's the word that I wanted. Like it'll really feel like they're settling into this pose. Oh my god. Why is this impossible? I've locked in you guys. No more talking, this is a silent stream. I'm kidding. Oh my god, was I kidding? I feel like I just can't talk, like I'm so focused on getting these lines right. Why is it so tough? Oh, I got recommended Umbrella Academy, which kind of crazy that I haven't watched it yet, because it's been out for like, I feel like 6 years is too much, but it feels like it's been out for 6 years. But it's good. It's good so far, you know? I think there's like some weird writing, but I'm also kind of like, I want to watch the full season before I, like the full first season before I make an opinion, because I feel like it's definitely one of those things where, you know, everything will make sense in the end if you just watch to the end of the season. So like maybe all the weird stuff is intentional. Who knows? Yeah, that's one piece of media that I started. I forced my brother to watch Dungeon Meshi when I was visiting him. because I know it's like right up his alley. And we got through like more than half the season while I was visiting, and then when I got home this past weekend, he texted me like the same day and was like, "Hey, I finished it." I was like, you are kind of insane for that, but also valid. But I remember I was watching season 1 when it was like coming out weekly, and I didn't really like, I didn't know anything about the series when I started it. I just saw someone like recommend it, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it. So I'd like sit down and have a nice meal and watch it, and it was a great vibe. Blocked in Russia. That's messed up, dude. That sucks. That's how I feel when I try and watch like French shows. A lot of them are blocked in the US, so I have to get like a VPN, or you have to buy like a special service. I'm like, just let me watch my French shows, please. I got so like desperate to watch French shows last year that I bought like a subscription to TV du Monde, and forgot that I had it. So like 2 months later I was like, why the hell am I losing like $15 a month? What is this for? And I was like, oh, it's for this TV service that I used for a week and then forgot about. Cause ain't that just the way? That's how subscriptions work. I get a subscription and then I forget that I have it. Guys, try to say, oh, I'm gonna butcher this. Boa noite? It's almost night here. Does that mean good night? I'm assuming that means good night. What language is that? God, every time this song comes on, I want to play that one MGMT song that starts with this same sound. What's it called? Oh my god. Hold on, I have to go on a mission to figure out this song. I literally can picture it in my head. It's from Time to Pretend. Indie Rockers. Indie Rockers by MGMT starts with this same exact beat. And so every time the song comes on stream, I'm like, what the hell, did I put MGMT in this playlist? And no, I didn't. It's just this starts, it sounds like the exact same. Those first like 4 beats or so. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it doesn't change that much. That's good. That's good. Now we have to actually do some animation. And rotate their head a little bit. So let me really look at these roughs and see what I did here. So, gonna bring the chin up. Literally just, you know, rotating the head one way. Alright. This is gonna kill me, trying to get this line right. Oh my god, oh my god. It's rough out here, you guys. Animating's so tough. You're telling me I have to make these drawings move? What the fuck? What kind of Ponzi scheme is this? You're telling me I have to give life to a character through lines? That's so fucked up. Oh, their chin comes up a little bit here. God, head turns were so fun, and head tilts were so fun when I was just copy and pasting and moving a few things. Now that I have to like actually do some work and redraw the frame, this is really tough. That's okay, guys. We are experimenting. We're seeing if this is something I can do. And that in itself is fun. Because it's like a challenge. Oh my god. But it's really tough. I remember when my cousin scared me with this song by playing it in the middle of the night. I was 6, by the way. Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, my brother would scare me to death when we were kids. He was an asshole. But I was also like afraid of everything, so it was like really easy. You'd also just like pull pranks, cause like siblings, you know, that's what they do. Oh, I just sent a question and it didn't even go. Blocked in Russia was a continuation of that question. Oh, okay, yeah, try and send it again then. Almost the same thing happened to my sister, only the opposite happened. Oh man. I remember I was like really obsessed with this series from the 90s, this animated show. And, you know, it was canceled before I was, you know, born. And my brother told me that they made a movie, and so for like probably 3 weeks I was trying so hard to find any like semblance of this movie online, and it was back in like 2009 or something, so like, you know, fletchlings of YouTube and stuff like that, and I could not find it, and there was no movie. Like, my brother just lied to me. It was a silly haha. And he told me like a month later or something. Awful. Okay, how does... I see. It all makes sense, guys. Yeah, I got loads of stories about my brother scaring me as a kid. He was so mean. But also that's kind of just like what happens when you have a sibling, especially like an older sibling. That's just kind of how it goes. Just scare the shit out of you for fun. Okay, so... let's see, it comes up a little bit. Ooh, my lines are so shaky right now. What's going on? I know the caffeine I had definitely wore off. I'm getting that, what is like the mid-afternoon slump where you just get like really tired all of a sudden. But that's also because like I'm a morning person, like through and through. I wake up at like 7 every morning, just naturally, and that's mostly like my cat's fault because they want food, so they wake me up like the little assholes that they are. But and also just like working for a job that had me going into work like really early in the morning just kind of like did that to me. And so I get like all my chores done super early in the morning, and then I have like nothing to do in the afternoon if I don't have like work, obviously. But then I get that like mid-afternoon slump where I'm just like exhausted because I woke up at like 7, you know? Okay. Looks a little weird. I think this part looks weird. Just bring it down a little bit. Okay. We're getting through like the annoying parts of like the hair before I work on their face. Because their face is gonna be a bit fun. And I'm saving the best for last. Okay, and then we bring their ear down. Thinking in that 3D space. I always think it's crazy that I haven't like touched 3D animation in over a year now. Probably more, honestly. I mean, I did like a small animation like January of this year or something, because I had wanted to get back into 3D animation, but after that I have not even like opened up Maya. I got Blender. I made a 3D model of the room that pool takes place in, because I needed to like figure out the spatial reasoning of it. And also it helps me with perspective. So like that was fun modeling that, but as for 3D animation itself, I think I'm kind of done with it, which is really unfortunate, because I've been doing 3D animation since like sophomore year of high school. So you know, it's been a bit. It's been like almost I think it's been like 8-9 years or something. I think 9 years of 3D animation, and then got really burnt out from college, so I stopped. Are you going to do live streams this whole week and then rest next week? Yeah, so I'm doing live streams this week, and then we're gonna kind of see what happens next week. I'm actually starting a new job soon, which is really exciting. And that starts soon. And so after that happens, it's kind of like I'm not really sure what my schedule is going to be, because I don't know how draining the job's going to be. So we'll kind of see from there. And also, like, with this music video, I don't want to stream, like, every single shot, because I want there to be, like, you know, some things that people haven't seen when it comes out. So, you know, this week, definitely streaming, 100%. I'll probably stream tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday, and like some days, maybe the weekend as well. Well, tomorrow's iffy, because I might have to do some car stuff, but you know, I'll be streaming this week, but then next week is when car stuff, man, I can't think. When job stuff happens, so it's gonna be a bit harder to tell kind of what's gonna go on from there. So I don't really see myself as a like full-time kind of streamer type deal. It's definitely kind of, it's like when I started Fool last year, I did some streams, just a rough animation, and then kind of like fucked off until it was done. And I think that's kind of what's gonna go on here. And then when I start my next music video, if it's something that I feel like I can share without giving too many spoilers, then I'll stream that again. But yeah, as long as I'm working on projects. Yeah, it's just kind of a we'll see how this goes. But I'm really excited for the new job. That's why I've even been able to do these streams, is because I had like a 3-week break in between my last job and this new one, which was definitely intentional, because I needed a break for sure. I was very, very exhausted and burnt out by the end of my last job. Nothing in the animation industry, but I feel like I'm kind of okay with that right now. Kind of where I'm at, because I like doing these personal projects, and I like having these things that are kind of like mine, and I can work on them at my own pace, while also kind of like building my skills. And then also just having a day job where it's like, I go here and I make money, you know? And I kind of like that. For now. It's always subject to change. Also, the animation industry is like in the shitter currently, so you know, can't do much there. Support the Workers Guild for sure. I'm really hoping negotiations go like decent. We'll see. I knew like last year when the Writers Guild was on strike, I was like, animation's definitely gonna strike this year. Like, they kind of have to with everything that's going on. And I was like, it's not gonna get enough. Not enough, but it's not gonna get as much attention as the Writers Guild, obviously, because people see famous actor and they think, holy shit, my idol. Which, I mean, good for them. They used it to their advantage. The Animation Guild has just used yaoi to their advantage with this. That's all I've seen on my Twitter feed. Which honestly, like, go off. Why is this pupil is so hard to draw and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with it. Okay. Ah, scary eyes. I'm gonna fill those in real quick. I hate that I can't use the fill tool with these layers. I think for other shots where it's like, yeah, I know I'm gonna just redraw each frame, I don't think they're gonna be vector layers. I think they're just gonna be raster layers. I think that's how you pronounce it, raster. Alright, move their head up a little bit. Alright, and then, also gonna move their pupils up. They're like a bit smaller than they were. Yeah, why did they shrink? They're losing their form. They lost a freckle. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see if that was worth it. Ooh, their cheek, like, changes shape entirely. How did I not? Okay. This is a lesson to, zoom out. Zoom out, when you're drawing. Okay. So I think I just need to bring their cheek in. I feel like I was like compensating a bit too much for the rotation. It still looks a little weird. Yeah, maybe I just stick to like doing small movements. At least with the head, because I feel like the head is really difficult to like stay on model and make the lines look really clean. Like with shots like this, you know, this was all, I don't think there's a single like copied frame except like these two. And that's because it's a bit of an easier shape. This is a lot more complicated. Alright. What is this? Oh, their eyes dart. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so just moving their eyes a bit. Gotta love eye darts, you guys. My favorite thing in the world. Just adds that little, it's like a little chef's kiss, you know? Gives them a bit more life, like they're kind of processing it, you know? And you see that like thought in their head. Although I know no thoughts behind their eyes here, but you know, semblance of one. Okay, so their head kind of comes up. This is gonna be a little tough, actually. Okay, let's just see how this looks so far. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do... That drawing looks epic. Thank you. I've drawn the same drawing 10 times. No, 12 times. There we go, yeah. Okay, so I think right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the hand animation. Just kind of take a break from redrawing Kit 1,000 times over and over again. Give myself a break. Alright, let's animate from this angle. I think this is a solid hand, you know? Animating is a painful process, for sure. I'm dying out here. I gotta buy a wrist brace or something. Luckily, I had like a week-long break pretty much. To kind of like rest my wrist. Oh, I just dropped my pen. Sorry, guys. Again, I'm actively having a heat stroke. So, you know, mine's not all here, I guess. But yeah, I had like a really nice break from like being on the tablet and everything, so I could kind of rest my wrist. Cause I think the last stream before I went on like that week-long break, at the end of it, I was like dying. My wrist hurt so bad. And that sucked. So I gotta get like a wrist brace or something to prevent that. I'll finally be a true 2D animator now that I have a wrist brace. But definitely important to do wrist stretches and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, so for this one, it's a pretty like easy shape, so I think I'm just gonna just redraw it. No problem. And I'm not really like specific with my line work, you know. I'm not like, I have to close every single line. Because this style is very, very loose. I don't have a wrist brace, so I just take a painfully long time because I take breaks so much. Yeah. Ugh, I know, like, doing wrist stretches is always a good idea. Yeah, I try and take, like, a ton of breaks if I can, but it's tough. Especially when you're live streaming. For like 2 hours without taking a single break. Like the mighty phoenix, Ragnakai returns. Oh, welcome back. I'm bursting with joy. Just remember 2 times ago. Don't be dumb in chat. I think it was 2 times ago, I don't even remember. Sometime last few weeks. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty simple movement. It was both times. Okay, yeah. Maybe you learned your lesson, you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Chaotic evil. That tracks. Funky. I wonder where Kiddick would fall on the, I don't know the official name of that scale. I feel like they'd be like chaotic neutral. I feel like that's kind of where they fall. Not exact, they're like on the line of chaotic evil, but like not quite there, you know? Maybe in Fool they're chaotic evil. I feel like that would track. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Easy peasy. It's gonna look a little weird right now because I haven't like done the camera movement, but it's fine. Chaotic neutral is so me. I don't know where I fall on that. I feel like I'm like... Say I don't know. I don't know where I'd fall. Is there a neutral? Okay. I need to name these layers because this is getting confusing. Okay, hand animation, kits animation. You guys might be able to hear my awesome new keyboard, which sounds so amazing, and I love it. Okay, now it's the question of, do I also want to redraw all of these frames where their head moves like a single pixel? Is it worth it? Is it worth the wrist pain? Oh, lawful. Yeah, maybe like lawful neutral. Maybe that's me. That's where I fall. Maybe I leave this for next time. You know, I give my wrist a little bit of a break. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes. What the hell? That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, other shots I want to do and get done are like, is this one pretty simple, and then definitely this one also pretty simple. Very quick movements. But I think I'll do that next stream. It's a question of, okay, I just signed up for Twitter. Congratulations, also, or I'm sorry. But yeah, I think I won't stream tomorrow, but I'll definitely stream Wednesday, because tomorrow I'm going to be a bit busy, but yeah, I'll probably finish this one up tomorrow, and then we'll be working on shot 4 and shot 5 next time. But it was very nice streaming again. Good to be back for the next week before I go back into the ether. But yeah, got this one done today. I'll just kind of leave it playing, I guess. Wowie zowie. Yeah. But yeah, it was good chatting with people. Thank you everyone who came out and joined, or watched the VOD, or just kind of lurked. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. Your art is so cool, dog. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming out. Have a good night.